Bible verses for favor. Luke 1 verses 26 to 31. In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son. And you are to call him Jesus." Esther 2 verse 17. Now the king was attracted to Esther more than to any of the other women, and she won his favor and approval more than any of the other virgins. So he set a royal crown on her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. Esther 8 verses 1 to 2. That same day King Xerxes gave Queen Esther the estate of Haman, the enemy of the Jews. And Mordecai came into the presence of the king, for Esther had told how he was related to her. The king took off his signet ring, which he had reclaimed from Haman, and presented it to Mordecai. And Esther appointed him over Haman's estate. 2 Samuel 9 verses 9 to 11 NIV states, Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's steward, and said to him, "I have given your master's grandson everything that belonged to Saul and his family. You and your sons and your servants are to farm the land for him and bring in the crops, so that your master's grandson may be provided for. And Mephibosheth, grandson of your master, will always eat at my table." Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. This passage from 2 Samuel 9 describes King David's kindness and generosity toward Mephibosheth, the son of David's close friend Jonathan. David showed mercy and provided for Mephibosheth, who was physically challenged, by allowing him to eat at the king's table and granting him the land that had belonged to his grandfather Saul. Ruth 3 verses 10 to 11. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," he replied. "This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character." These verses are spoken by Boaz to Ruth in the context of her approaching him at the threshing floor. A significant event in the story of Ruth. Boaz acknowledges Ruth's character and virtue, expressing his willingness to help her and fulfill her request for protection and provision. Ruth 4 verse 13. So Boaz took Ruth and she became his wife. When he made love to her, the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. This verse marks a pivotal moment in the story of Ruth, as Boaz marries Ruth and they are blessed with a child. It highlights the fulfillment of God's blessings upon Ruth and Boaz's union. Follow for more daily Bible reading and know more about the Bible. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow for more.